Hi, our group is made up of Darren Timlin, Liam Wheelman and Patrick O'Connor, and today we'll be talking about motivation in young people. You must understand that there are two types of motivation: positive motivation and negative motivation. Positive motivation is when a student is motivated by want to do well because of the praise she may receive. Negative motivation is the opposite. The student is motivated by want to be cool, like getting a laugh from a friend after getting a bad grade. Often we see students are motivated by a sense of personal pride who do well with little encouragement. Other students may struggle after receiving a lack of guidance in early education. These students accept failure and are motivated by their peers. Good students are often motivated by a desire to please a teacher. Other students may be motivated by the fear of the way they will be viewed if they do well in class. It is important to note that every student is motivated in some way, be it good or bad. There is no such thing as an unmotivated person. We will now introduce you to John. John is your typical unmotivated student. After struggling early in education with a less than enthusiastic teacher, he has accepted failure. He does not understand that intelligence is incremental, and he has accepted he will never do well. He spends his evenings and weekends in front of the TV asleep. John literally does not care. We know everybody is motivated by something when we see John become hungry. He is finally motivated by a need to eat, and he gets up. When a person finds something they truly want or need, they will seek to obtain the object or goal. We can see motivation working here when John's needs become strong enough to overwhelm his interest in the television. As an educator, assuming everyone is motivated in the same way is a guaranteed failure. John's teacher does not understand this. John thinks his classes are boring, as all he does is stand at the front of the class and talks. John falls asleep in lessons regularly. His teacher immediately blames John without looking at his own methods. John wants to do well, but is not motivated to do so because he thinks he is not smart enough. His friends call him a proper legend for acting out, and John is motivated by the positive praise he receives from them. John never receives any positive praise from his teacher. John's friends encourage him to do bad because they don't want him to do as good as they are doing. Introducing Mr. Motivation. He is a progressive teacher that has taken over. He is a humanist teacher who thinks critical thinking is vitally important. He doesn't like to be a dictator. He takes an experience-based learning approach and introduces new methods to the classroom. John's interest heightens when he hears that they will be learning about muscles and the body through sports and activities. Oh, what a time to be alive. Mr. Motivation introduces a prize for the best project in the class. John gets excited by this idea, and he wants to win the prize. He goes home and studies. He is motivated by a want to do well now. See how motivation can change in such a short period of time. John has moved from an F to a B student. He enjoys the praise he has received and now has a sense of self-pride. You go, John. John now enjoys visiting the library. He studies regularly and now he is positively motivated. See how much influence an educator can have on a student. To be a good motivator, you must speak to the heart. Find out what is the core of your students' concerns. Keep your eyes and ears tuned to finding out those central most important feelings concerns, issues, or values and speak to them directly. This is the key, the foundation, the secret art of motivational teaching. John used to take failure in his stride and loved having a carefree attitude. Thankfully, Mr. Motivation came along and channeled his interests and created a positive environment for him to work. A key reason John began to work for Mr. Motivation was because of the approach he took to teaching. He did not treat him as an absorber of knowledge. A child's future can be directly influenced by the motivational techniques used by a teacher.